Hello everyone, Agion here, another Steel Division Normandy 44 replay. Spawn on the south side as the guard's armor, we have Slim Dusty. I'll say he didn't. Oh, no, he killed us. Spawn on the north side as the 9th Panzer, we have Theoman 222. I'm assuming Pigeon is a clan, so I'm sort of omitting that part when I'm announcing the players. But we do have a couple stewards here, but do got an AT gun here. Hopefully is a pack 40 to help do some infantry damage, but a pack 38 wouldn't be half bad either. We got a Humbar over here for carrying a reconnaissance unit, probably 2-man reconnaissance. M5, so reasonable defense here. Basic defense here. The two stewards will be fighting some excellent support, and we do got some various riflemen. So just a general front line for the guard's armor player, but we do in fact have a Cromwell 6 for HE, and we do have a general front line here for Theoman. So overall, it's going to be quite of a standard game. Hopefully we can see a lot of early engagements, but then again, that will also cause a lot of units to die very early on. Looks like motor rifles for the Piet. A lot of motor rifles here, and just some regular rifles here. Panzer Grenadiers here. These Panzer Grenadiers are equipped with Panzerfausts, so bringing the Stuarts in is not exactly a good idea. This Pack 38 is only in light cover, so we'll receive quite a bit of additional damage. The two Stuarts could perhaps quickly stun it before it gets a shot off, or a lethal shot off. Potentially a lethal shot, because you can always get killed on the first shot. Unlucky, I would say, because 0 stars of veterancy and 4 additional armor penetration is not half bad. Looks like Stuart's going to be lining up a shot. It'll be hitting the Panzer Grenadiers in the town. The industrial This is the industrial complex-ish, or the rail yard. This could be the industrial complex. So I guess I should just call it not a town, but industrial complex. We've got a Flame Panzer here. Hopefully we'll see the Piet retargeting to it. The Flame Panzer does in fact have greater range than a Piet. Again, very good versus clearing out garrisons, assuming you have vision of it. The Stuarts are not going to be moving their ways forward. This one here can look down that alleyway, but it's behind this locomotive, so it won't be able to shoot through that. Motor rifles will be pinned down here. This one falls back before it got pinned down. We got a couple half tracks here for support. The Stuart is now in front of the locomotive, and we'll be trying to hit this Flame Panzer. At this range, I think it's 100% penetration chance, but he will skirt around the buildings, preventing any lethal shot. We got Pack 38 here. The HE Cromwell can make short work of it, but it is vulnerable to its higher armor penetration. But a very good hit there. Nearly pins it down to 2 members left. He's actually going to try to follow it back, but the Cromwell will probably take it out in the next shot. It is completely dead now. AT gun here, still in a unfavorable position, I would say. It is behind a little bush as I look a bit closer to it now, but I would still rather see it in this tree line. If we can't pull up the Panzerfaust range, 150. That is 400, so I would say right around here, maybe the edge of the Panzerfaust range. So the Cromwell most likely can get some good shots into. We do got some reinforcing infantry here, but he's going to go straight into this light armor. Another Stuart also being deployed out in the field. We do in fact have a Panzer II looks here. And looks like this transmission's damaged, most likely to the Humbar. Yes, it is missing 150 rounds. Overall, the looks is much in a better position. It has 1 more armor penetration as well as 2 more armor. And you even got a scouting Panzer 1C coming on out as well. Panzer 1C is armed with, if I remember historically, with 2 like heavy machine guns, 1 hall mounted one. But yeah, the EW141 machine gun with armor penetration. More Panzer IIs now moving forward. Panzer IIs have excellent HE at 9 and not exactly good armor penetration. Even at this range, I don't believe it'll be able to penetrate. It does have the lessened range of 800 meters as well. And you got a huge wave of reinforcing infantry. There's just a huge swarm in the area, and he's been going investing too heavy in these Panzer IIs, but nothing really to engage the Stuarts. Additionally, with these two light tanks out, he's not pushing forward, knowing that he needs a reconnaissance to go along with it, which he does have the reconnaissance Panzer 1C. Motor rifle is trying to rush forward in order to throw its Piet in, but it's out of range. The half track will in fact go down. That unit will in fact surrender, but with the autocannons here, he can make short work of force pin down these motor rifles. Stuart's trying to come forward or provide suppression. Flame Panzer in a very good position. Weapon damage, however, from this Piet, and then we'll get picked off by additional grenades, or maybe it was from this, nope, not from that Piet, by the hand grenades of the riflemen. That flame half-track did quite a bit of work. I say Flame Panzer because it looked like it had Panzer in its name, but it's really not. It did in fact go off, rolled a miss on this Panzer II. We'll probably get it out of range. Oh, it did in fact fire again. That is a transmission damage, and it's now in the falling back state, but it's not dead. But the Stuart could rush forward and try to finish it off. This Panzer II was in fact destroyed. Not sure by what. It was a Piet team over here, so perhaps maybe the Piet team got it. But now the Piet team is dead. Or surrendered. One of the two. We got Dingo moving forward. It does have reasonable armor to withstand the Panzer II fire. Even the Cromwell with its HE rounds will even kill off the Panzer II. Even enough rounds hit it. Overall field control is actually in favor of the Axis player. When I'll say the actual field control, like who's actually winning the game, is the Allied player. +1, he has currently approaching 400 tickets, and a very good ambush will force down these infantry units. But the Panzer II is being chased upon and is out of range, out of line of sight, thanks to this warehouse right here. This Panzer II is going for a deep capture, and I see this little gnat flying around me, distracting me. These motor rifles are still providing an excellent amount of field control, and do got another reinforcing Stuart. These Stuarts are an excellent choice, knowing his opponent is 9th Panzer, and he knows he's going to be facing against a lot of Panzer IIs and Panzer Is. Looks like the two light tanks trying to engage the Stuart, but it's not being all too effective, not even providing a good amount of suppression. But we still have quite a bit of a presence, not quite a bit. This Panzer Grenadier is almost cleaned up. This Panzer Grenadier Führer, the officer unit, is running low on health as well. Could throw out a couple of smokes for himself. He looks like he's going to get picked off by the riflemen. He actually needs. I would recommend pull him out of the building and then place him behind, so he can still buff the Panzer Grenadiers without being killed. Looks like this Sexton will get a very good shot on this Panzer, on this Pack 38, killing off 4 members in the first shot and forcing them to fall back. Flame Panzer now moving forward, but there's nothing in here to protect it from the Stuart that's approaching. AC guns in the falling back state. You got some reinforcing Panzer IIs, or no, still this one Panzer I. Flame half-tracks running forward. Most likely will force the. Well, you need to start focusing on the half-tracks now. You can kill it off with the flame weapons. The AT gun has recovered. But this flame half-track is in a bit of a precarious situation. Stuart is trying to rush forward. He will get a very good close-range shot off. Most likely will get a kill. Yes, he will. At that range, actually, is pretty much nearly 100%. The Pack 38 is now in position, able to fire upon this Stuart, and he must hope for a penetrating shot soon. will kill off a half-track, but he really needs to start hitting the Stewart. Stewart is retargeting the Pack 38 with only one member left. He's going to try to gun it down before it gets a kill on it, but will be actually pinned down before getting killed off. You got a Panzer 4J coming on now, a first actual medium tank on the field. I don't really count the Cromwell 6 because it's only HE rounds. 2 Panzer 4s now out. This is a good amount of pressure, exactly what you need. There was a couple of light tanks over here. Looks like they were in fact both cleaned up. I can see one carcass here. I see a couple carcasses here. Looks like the Stewart has been a bit busy. Really, no. Pushing these half tracks forward would be quite good because the riflemen do not have any AT weapons right there. But of course, you can never really know. When he knows his opponent has been using moto rifles, and they do have Piets, so he must assume they have Piets everywhere. We got some reinforcing units across the line. We do got a Command Sherman tank out, a Command Sherman 5. Well, now there's 3 Panzer 4s out. This Panzer 4 is about to make his first shot, which will hit the rifleman here. No problem. Texan may be eyeing for a barrage to soften up this Panzer 4. Do got some reinforcing infantry here, so he may be eyeing to advance in this direction. There's only basic gun defenses, so but there's actually a decent amount of machine guns with these 2 half tracks, as well as the MG42. But nothing really to concrete on southwest push. The South Troop are definitely spotting this Lloyd carrier, so he knows there's going to be an AT gun there. Panzer 4 will go ahead and clean up that half track. It looks like Sherman tank is going to eye a brawl against the Panzer 4. It does have 3 less armor penetration, but plus 3 armor, so it's actually relatively even. 5 accuracy, 6 accuracy, so the Panzer 4 is more slotted than one out. Just by that little bit of extra accuracy. Side armor, if that ever makes a difference, 6 side armor, 3 side armor. Which, that's still a difference of 3, so that's still equal. Oh, in fact, that Lloyd carrier was carrying a Vickers, not a AT gun. Oops. But I do got these riflemen now moving forward. The half tracks perhaps will just fall back. He does hopefully spot the motor rifles, so he knows there's going to be a Pia in the area, so the Panzer 4 shouldn't go too aggressive. This Panzer 4 is right here. The Stewart can penetrate its armor, because it does have equal penetration to its armor. I believe that actually would actually still make it 0 penetration, but at this range, it has a chance for penetration, but that's a 2-way street. Oh, but the Panzer 1C took the shot instead of the Panzer 4, and the Panzer 4 takes a lethal blow into the Stewart tank, resulting in its death. That hitting the Panzer 1C was a huge mistake, but this Piet is in the holding fire state. He can go ahead and force it to fire. That would be the best thing to do. Hopefully he can get a penetrating hit with that Piet. Isn't it in range? It says holding fire, so I'm assuming it is in range. Yeah, if you would just turn off all the weapons and then have the Piet fire, that would be good. Our reconnaissance unit goes down. Oh, but there goes this Panzer 4, but we do got a Pack 40 out in the field. Pack 40 does get a hit, but rolls a bounce. We got another Panzer 4, a Command Panzer 4 now coming along the left side. But still, the Piet is not firing. It says holding fire. That means it is in firing range. Even though he could just keep that around for reconnaissance, I would still take the shot. Getting a lucky shot with the Piet into a Panzer 4, very worth it. He actually now does fire. Rolls a miss, however. He rolls. Oh, was about ready to fire. I don't see the projectile in the air, so it did not in fact fire. Pack 40 is getting hit by the section, trying to be displaced by it. We do got a SDK FZ10 with an AT gun. I'm assuming this is another Pack 40, but I can't really say. Panzer 4 MG42 lining up to hit this rifleman that's on retreat. These motor rifles maybe trying to rush down, try to get out into Piet range to hit the Panzer 4. If he gets that off and perhaps kill it off, that will be devastating. Pioneers in center town, but will be forced to surrender. Looks like he had thrown off both its grenades, so he has made full usage of pretty much usage of that squad. The motor rifles with Piet has been pinned down. The Soch troop providing excellent reconnaissance at that range. Now only have to worry about this Stuart, which can penetrate the armor, but less likely in the order to win an engagement at that close range. You got the 2 Pak 40s now moving forward. Looks like Dingo is using its Bren against it, but will probably get killed off quickly. Actually, the riflemen are firing it on it as well, and the Pak 40 is using its HE rounds, which has 4 HE, so it's actually quite reasonable. It's infantry. Reinforcing infantry as well. Another flame half-tracks coming forward, trying to eye out to burn out the rest of the enemy occupation. Field control is in favor of the Allies at 51%, largely, I think, due to this bulge. Panzer 4J will be using its machine gun to help hit these units. That Sexton forcing back both Pak 40s. Do in fact have a Sherman Firefly on out. That is a heavy tank destroyer, or heavy anti-tank, not exactly a heavy tank destroyer. By the way, it does have 16 armor penetration. It will rip through Panzer IVs, no problem. They get into their standard range or the extended range of the Firefly will have 100% chance of penetration. At least against Panzer IVs. Looks like one of the Pak guns does in fact go down. The other one's constantly being attacked by Stuarts as well as the Sexton. Reinforcing infantry is coming forward. I think these are motor rifles. He's eyeing to bring into the Piets to hit the Panzer IV. These Panzer IVs could try skirting around. Of course, you have to, without additional knowledge, that it will be quite dangerous to do that. Pak 40 lining up a shot. Will roll a miss on the Firefly. And now he knows where it is. It's currently not in any cover, so he will get quickly shot and pinned down. Half track goes down, but that's fine. Panzer IV eyeing to get a shot off, but it's sneaking around. There goes the flame half track. Looks like he's going to push forward with these tanks. Soch troop are not accompanying them, so we will not have mobile reconnaissance. Stuart does in fact take out the half track, but now he knows where the Stuart is. This Panzer IV does receive some fire from the Stuart. This, but some odd reason, taking forever to line up a shot against it. Rolls a balance, but rolls a penetration in return. So there goes the Stuart, resulting in nothing to handle in the area. We do got another Firefly being queued up, and this Pak 40 has now recovered from its suppression. So I'm going to push it forward in order to gauge its armor. This Panzer IV has been starting to move back all over here. The motor rifles are about ready to be spotted by the Panzer Grenadier, but currently they're not in range of any armored unit. Pioneers were out on here to reinforce. They are currently pinned down, mostly because of the Sexton fire. Pak 4 does roll some misses upon this Willys MG and Stuart 6. As far as wreaking havoc on the unable to shoot back infantry. He knows there's definitely riflemen there based on that little blue circle. These Panzer Grenadiers will probably get gunned down by the half-tracks. 2 Sextons apparently. Yeah, we do in fact have a second Sexton out, barraging the Pak 40. We do in fact have another Panzer IV coming on out. This Firefly is shooting the Panzer IVs in the side armor. They will be ripped through like a hot knife through butter. There goes the command tank. And this is very risky trying to rush forward like that. Oh, but the other Firefly does get a nice decisive hit as well. This one, it has 1 star of natural veterancy with the nearby officer to increase it to 2. and this one has 0 stars. Losing those 2 Panzer IVs is a major loss. So this Pack 40 is still alive. There's now an officer unit nearby to inspire it. Oh, this section is running a bit low on ammo. This one's freshly deployed, so there's plenty of ammo. I just realized 90 rounds is a lot of ammo. So we'll finally clean up that motor rifle. Doesn't have to worry about the additional Piet right there. And these Pioneers may actually be in bundle grenade range with these motor rifles if they have vision of each other. As far as moving forward, there is this one Piet team he has to be worried about. We'll quickly rip apart that Willys MG. Pack 40 lining up on HE shots upon that reconnaissance unit. This Dodge troop could go ahead and pitch in some fire as well. Most of these Fireflies going to use their relatively weak HE, but nonetheless still has HE rounds in order to gauge these infantry squads. And a huge wave of reinforcements coming out forward. These are all M5s. So I'm guessing they're all moto rifles. We do have the first aircraft now out, a Veteran C-1 Tempest with 4 20mm autocannons. When a weapon is at least 20mm or greater, it's considered a cannon, so automatic cannons. So this Pack 40 is receiving some barrages from the Sexton. This Sexton's being forced to fall back because it's getting approached by the Panzer Grenadiers. And now this Panzer IV, oh, that's a lot of Piets. That is a lot of Piets. This Panzer IV needs to get out of there. I don't think this Panzer IV is going to live all too long. Here goes one half track. This one does not impede range because it's on the wrong side of the building. But once these motor rifles get in, and perhaps these ones can move forward. Here comes the Piet. This, I think, yeah, it's dead. Well, I would like perhaps to see some indirect fire by the Axis player, as we've seen those sections being used to great effect. But he can't really afford the income. He's lost a huge number of his Panzer IVs. So it's really hard for him. He's in a very tough situation. But however, he has the plus 51% +1 income at the moment. Well, +1 tickets. And this Pack 4 is in excellent position. It has a huge line of sight. If he's going to hit this one, this would be great. Because it has side armor exposed. Will now reposition to have its frontal armor exposed. Oh, rolling misses. It's doesn't have any stars of veterancy or any officer to support it, and will get pinned down by a huge amount of tank fire. We do have a Tiger E coming on out with 2 stars of veterancy with an officer to inspire it even more, so it has 3 stars of veterancy. We will need to bring some reinforcing infantry in order to secure up that area, but being a Panzer division, infantry is a little bit more sparse. We'll see this half-track drop off some more. Probably, hopefully it's Pioneers. He really needs Pioneers. Oh, but this Piet, oh, he will drop out the unit before it gets destroyed by a Piet. But he will get pinned down from the Piet. And it's just a Panzer Grenadier squad. He really needs some Pioneers. There goes the half-track to another Piet. And luckily this Panzer 1C, even though track's broken, has a good amount of suppression field control in that general area. But it looks like this Pack 40 will in fact go down. This one's coming, lining up a shot. We'll roll a miss. Oh, where's? Did I see a? Oh, looks like the Pack 40 didn't manage to kill off a Firefly. That's actually quite important. Losing that Firefly means one less tank to deal with this Tiger E. With this, all these stars of veterancy, this thing will be deadly accurate. So we do got a supply Bedford to resupply these sextons. He hasn't seen any indirect fire to counter barrages, so he doesn't have to worry about shooting, scooting too much. So this Pioneer will perhaps throw out its one bundle grenade if he gets in that building. Yeah, in fact, he will throw out his bundle grenade with only one model left. No, he did in fact throw it out. You can see it right there. Boom. Throwing off that bundle grenade at the last possible moment was actually quite important, eliminating that squad. But there goes that Panzer 1 reconnaissance one, but we do got another Panzer 1 reconnaissance out as well. Tiger tank now moving forward. Does of course have the extended range with 3 stars of veterancy, making its accuracy up to 9, making it very, very accurate. This Firefly with 0 stars of veterancy has to really engage it with a lucky hit. We do got an artillery tank destroyer here, but that will just be melted by the Tiger tank's main gun. More Fireflies, so you're going to see a heavy amount of tank destroyers coming forward. These sextons, if they can start getting some good hits onto the Tiger tank, or perhaps maybe a rocket run to suppress it, will be excellent. Video control is still in favor of the Axis play at 53%. Yeah, actually, I haven't really covered this all too much, but it looks like he has pushed 4 of these half tracks. Pioneer's a bit in the open ground. That's not exactly good. We do got a large number of Panzer Grenadiers here. We do got a huge amount of LMG fire into these rifleman squads. The Stock Troop does in fact go down, as well as that half track. Sexton's going to be eyeing to barrage the general area to suppress nearby units as well. You got now more reinforcing Panzer IVs, but there's a large number of Piats in the area, so he can't really be approaching this industrial complex. He needs to bring some Pioneers or Panzer Grenadiers for that. Tiger tank's eyeing to make its way forward. A lot of these units are behind line of sight lockers, preventing any additional fire upon them. They could all come out at once he gets them too close, and perhaps you'll get a better chance of getting a penetrating hit. So the Panzer Grenadiers are forced to fall back. The riflemen are now approaching, probably trying to claim this tree line for themselves. Tiger tank now moving, lining up a shot against something. Hitting, he will destroy a single sexton. Losing that is actually not very good. No reason to lose indirect fire pieces to a tank like that. Pack 40 also has the area covered generally, anyways. Maybe we'll get some good covering hits, allowing to cover the Tiger tank. This Firefly is going very far forward. It actually will soon be in range of the pack gun, but he will get suppressed by the 2 Tempest. Panzer IV in the area is very problematic. Still will probably generally win out. It's a Sherman tank in a 1v1, but can still go either way. Ooh, but these motor rifles going behind to try. Oh, there goes the Tiger tank. That was a massive loss, losing the Tiger tank so quickly. Didn't really accomplish all too much. Killing off Sextons, while nice, is not exactly worth it. And losing the officer unit along with it as well. Panzer IV needs to start reverse moving out of there. His motor rifles could move forward in that building, getting a very good shot in. Another officer unit does in fact go down. But we still have field control in favor of the Axis player. He's lost a significant number of assets. In fact, there's a huge anti-tank assets right there. And his Panzer IVs are just being streamed in one by one. Not exactly ideal. Here goes another Panzer IV, just leaving these 3 left. Looks like this Panzer 1C is getting hit by Piats, but it looks like he's rolling a bunch of misses. Down to 1 Piet shot left. I'm not exactly sure how he can really get back in this game. He needs something to deal with all these tank assets. Maybe if he can call in a Ju-87 or HS-129. There's no AA in the area, but he doesn't have to worry about this Tempest, so never mind. He will need to invest into air escort. He knows there's two of them, so he's going to need to invest into two air escort. Or multiple really powerful AA emplacements. The Sherman tank and Panzer IV engaging at close range. However, the artillery fire providing excellent amount of suppression. We got a large number of half-tracks being deployed here with more motor rifles. And now field control is now 50-50. At this rate, the Axis player will win if he doesn't gain a 51%. 9 minutes left in the game. That's not a huge amount of time. With the amount of ticket disparity, 404 not found. Not found amount of tickets is all that remains between the two different players. Got Yog Panzer coming on now. Trying to engage tank destroyers with tank destroyers. Potentially good idea. Although he only has one arm penetration over the Sherman tank, and has two against the Sherman Firefly in armor, so the Sherman Firefly is still in more better position to win out, especially when it has a turret in comparison to the Jagdpanzer not having a turret. The Sherman tank, Panzer IV is now getting focused in. This Jagdpanzer will be lining up a shot. Fires, but it's hitting the infantry squad, not what you want to see. Panzer Grenadiers are being forced down. Do got +1 income in favor of the allied player, but however, that's not enough to actually make a win. Its game's going to end in a draw at this rate, which means he needs to get a +2 income. There goes another Panzer IV. With these two Fireflies and the command Sherman tank, this is a very hard nut to crack. AT guns will probably be a good option, but he's already deployed a lot of them and lost a lot of them. We do got another 2 reinforcing sections, so we do got ample amount of indirect fire. However, the Axis player is now pushing forward on this flank, creating it to go back to 50, even 51% in his favor. That is a massive thing. Getting that +1 at this stage of the game when he knows he's definitely lost his position. He needs to start spamming out AT guns, I would say. You got these half-tracks to move forward. In fact, they are loaded up with infantry. They will be deploying out soon because they're going to, once they see fire, they will automatically eject out. Jagdpanzer are trying to engage the Sherman Firefly. Driver knockout, but that's fine. He needs to stand his ground anyways. Saus Troop plus Panzer Grenadiers are going to be fighting out close range. Sherman tank still rolling multiple bounces. This one's going to be much closer. This Panzer IV is going to be lining up a shot as well. No, but it's hitting the infantry squad. He needs to hit the vehicles. It's not actually in range, but the Sharp Firefly is definitely in range. Driver knocked out on the Jagdpanzer. It is basically chain stun. However, to the advancement over here, 55% is in favor of the Axis player. He's just stalling out in order to win the game. And his opponent at this point probably needs at least +1 in order to tie up, but maybe even +2 just to tie it up. I can't really say. But there's still a substantial amount of ground he needs to claim, so probably a +2 is necessary in order to tie up the game now. This Panzer IV does in fact go down. He's just sending meat to the slaughter just to stall out his opponent. Engine got destroyed on this half-track. And Piet will be reloading. Perhaps maybe he can hit another unit. We'll go ahead and destroy that unit entirely. Just out of Piet ammo now. Pioneers could try throwing a bundle grenade against this half-track. Maybe it will kill it off. These close-range units will go ahead and start ripping it apart. Now it's just at 50%. And he has a total 1,000 tickets, nearly double his opponent, and there's only 5 minutes remaining. The allied player will need to get a +2 income now. You got a front line being formed up, which still Panzer IV here, and nothing really in order to really stop it. You got our Achilles over here, as well as a Cromwell 7. An airstrike's coming in, trying to suppress it with machine gun fire. This Panzer IV will in fact claim a German Firefly. That is a nice pickup. This Panzer IV will in fact go down. Will claim a command Sherman tank. This Panzer IV getting some very good hits in. And this will actually stall the advance at this rate. That's what he only needs. So the allied player will actually get a +1 income. And it looks like at this rate it's going to be tying up the game. He could try pushing forward. He needs to claim as much ground as possible. There's no point on being slow. He can send these motor rifles into this forest line to ambush any vehicles that come on out. His air is going to be hit by the air strikes. This rifleman can still provide field control once he pushes this back, and then he could just rapidly push forward like that with the order. 58%. We got the +2. With only 3 minutes left, not a whole lot of field assets are being deployed by the Axis player. If this game was Annihilation, it was clearly going to go in the Allied favor, but since it's based on time and field control and tickets, it looks like the game will end in a tie at this rate. We do got +3. The Allied player, I'm not sure what it will take to get a decisive win, perhaps killing off all of your opponent's units. I have honestly never seen a game where all of his units got wiped off. I'm not sure if that resulted in an instant win or what. He needs to try to push for +4. You got a Panzer Warren C, but he needs to be at point blank range in order to penetrate a Cromwell. Still +3. Looks like he's sending in as much, trying to claim as much field control as possible, trying to slow his opponent's advancement. We'll go ahead and just put in faster pace. It's just pretty much a point of how much land can the Axis player hold, because he won't be able to reclaim any at this rate, or at all. We got another Jagdpanzer being deployed out. Jagdpanzer will be lining up a shot upon the Cromwell. We'll roll a miss. +4 has been sustained. Allies at minor victory at this rate. If he needs to stop this +4, or else he will actually lose the game. +5 has been sustained, 88%. Only a handful of units now remain, just MG42 and Panzer Grenadier. He needs to stop this +5. He needs to get back to a +3, I guess. Holy crap. Now this is a last minute win. It was going to be a last minute tie, but I didn't realize it was going to be a last minute win. You got I think that's a flak 88. Yes, in fact, it is a flak 88. And that is the end of the replay. A minor victory has been sustained at the last minute, literally in the last minute, by the Allied player. Very well done. Let's take a quick look at the tabs to see what got quite a good performance. This Firefly claimed 2 Panzer IVs. This Sherman tank claimed 2 Panzer IVs. This Firefly claimed 2 Panzer IVs and a Jagdpanzer. Motor Rifles claimed the Panzer IV. Sherman 5 claimed the Panzer IV as well as 2 Panzer ICs. The Achilles is the one that claimed the Tiger tank. This Firefly, holy crap. Firefly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 Panzer IVs, 1 Panzer 1C. Very well done. Over on the losses side, let's see now. Nothing too incredibly outstanding performance. Oh, here we go. Just a lot of half-tracks and motorized mechanized vehicles. Panzer Grenadiers getting 2 half-tracks. Let's see, the Tiger tank only got 2 half-tracks and a sexton. Not a really good usage of that tank. Panzer IV claiming, we saw this one, killing a Panzer, 2 Shermans as well as a Firefly. Very nice. But this is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.